When you are meeting new people abroad, in fact, when you are meeting new people anywhere, it's really, really important how you are saying things. In fact, it's more important how you are saying certain things than what you are saying. Now, let me explain. Our everyday communication is not simply about the verbal signals, what you are saying. It's about your body language, your tone of voice, your facial expressions. And it's very, very important to be congruent. So, for example, if you're saying something, your body language should be congruent to what you are saying. Now, imagine a situation that I attend some sort of conference, okay, and we are sitting with like 10 different executives discussing certain potential projects we can engage in, and one of them asks me, so Jimmy, what do you think about this opportunity? And I'm like, well, I think that it's a really good idea. I mean, I can definitely see a lot of value, you know, we can, come on, do you believe me? You can see straight away that I don't mean what I'm saying, okay, because of my body language. I have close position, my tone of voice is kind of weird, you know, kind of like, it seems like I'm not really interested. I'm looking down, I don't have any energy. So it's really, really important to be congruent, because if you're saying something and you're not congruent, people will not believe you, people will not respect you, and they will not like you. Now, when you go abroad, it's even more important because there is some sort of language barrier. So when you're back in your hometown, you can rely on your verbal communication because everybody speaks the same language. However, when you go abroad, there is some sort of language barrier. So for example, you are using English and the other person is trying to speak English, but they kind of speak it, but they're like, hi Jimmy, my name is Fernando, nice to... Of course, there is a language barrier. Or perhaps you're trying to use their language and the same situation happens with you. Now, when you have the language barrier, the conversation is way slower. And when it goes very slowly, people have more time to really pay attention to all this body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, for example, whether you're smiling or not, how you're looking at them. And sometimes what happens is that if you don't really know how to use your body, if you are not smiling, you don't have any energy, and you're speaking to somebody and that other person is really struggling with English and you're standing like this, they may be thinking that you're judging them. They may be thinking that you don't like them. By the way, sorry, just something happened with the lamp. It may happen again because we had some electricity problems in the studio, so don't be surprised if it gets dark from time to time. Anyway, so those things may happen, okay? That other person may think that, you know what, this guy is judging me, okay? He's a bit defensive. And that's why it's really, really important to pay attention to your body language. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some basic tips that you can utilize straight away. And those tips will make a big difference in your social life and in your business life, not just during your trips, but also in your everyday life. And bear in mind that body language is something that we could speak about for hours. I mean, I could be standing here for the next 80 minutes or 100 minutes talking only about body language. But you see, the thing is that it's a course about travel tips, and that's why I don't want to go overboard. So I decided that I'm going to give you some of the best information in a short period of time. So the first thing you have to remember about is the open position, the power of open position. Now, if you really want to make friends abroad, if you really want to project the positive energy, never have closed position, because imagine a difference, okay? Imagine that I'm talking to you like this right now. How would you feel if I was talking to you like this? Do you believe me? Do you trust me? Not really, because my position is closed, meaning probably I'm trying to hide something. Maybe I'm defensive, maybe I don't like you, maybe I'm busy, maybe whatever. I'm bored, okay, because I don't want to speak to you. That's how it looks like. However, when I have open position, you feel that I'm very open, okay? I appreciate the connection we have. I want to speak to you. I'm energetic, I'm charismatic. That's why it's very, very important that when you meet new people, you always have the open position. And by the way, there is something really interesting about palms. When you show your palms, it projects that you will not do any harm to anybody. It projects that you're really, really open, because think about it. Many years ago, if somebody was standing like this, the other person didn't know whether that person had something in his palm or not. Perhaps I'm holding a weapon here. Maybe I'm holding a piece of rock that can be potentially dangerous. However, when I'm showing my palms, it projects that it's safe, okay? That I'm totally open. I kind of give myself to that other person. Very, very important. Now, on the other hand, when you have this closed position, whether it's this, or maybe even holding yourself like this, it projects that you're defensive, you are not really fully engaged in the interaction. Another thing is eye contact. Eye contact is really, really important, and I made many different videos about it. I'm not sure if you checked other courses I created, but I speak about eye contact quite a lot because it's extremely, extremely important. Now, the worst thing you can do is to basically, look away. When you're speaking to somebody, you're kind of drifting away because it projects that you don't really pay attention, you don't care about the interaction. So you have to remember that it's important to maintain direct eye contact. And don't get me wrong, I don't want you to be like a psycho and just staring at people like this because it's going to weird them out. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you blink from time to time, you look away from time to time, but essentially throughout the conversation, maintain eye contact. And also you have to listen actively. So when somebody is saying something, instead of being like this, just try to be more active, okay? Show them that you appreciate what they are saying. So let's say they are telling you a story, be like, oh, really? Nod, okay? At least nod or say, oh, wow, that's great. Add some comments from time to time. Because in this way, you show them that you are actually listening. You're not just sitting passively, but you are listening to whatever they are saying, and you appreciate what they want to communicate to you. It's very, very important. Now, another thing is that when you enter any interaction with people, you have to remember that the initial contact is really important because it creates the initial impression. So when you start interaction with somebody, make sure that you are high energy, make sure that you are charismatic, and even though you may think that you are not the most charismatic person naturally, try to summon some of that charisma, okay? You don't have to go crazy, you don't have to be like, hey guys, what's up, how are you doing? But at least get a little bit of energy and say, hey guys, what's up, how are you doing, nice to meet you, smile, be very positive because it's gonna make a huge impact, okay? So, there are many more tips I could speak about, but for the purpose of this video, I decided that these are the main things you have to remember about. I hope that you enjoyed those tips. Make sure that you utilize them because they're going to create a huge difference in the quality of the relationships you build abroad and in your normal life. And I'm going to see you soon, guys.